than listening to a politician today. But unfortunately, you're stuck here listening to me, and I, like most other politicians, like to talk. So, but in all honesty, it's a pleasure to be here. Anytime that I get an opportunity to talk to people, particularly younger people in this province, I always try to take advantage of that. So that's kind of what what I want to talk about, and that's kind of about what it's like to be young, to be in our society, and to be right here, right now. So I want to start out tonight by asking you to consider the following statement by sociologist Anselm Strauss. The age of the important others as related to your own age is not merely a matter of age, but of race, nationality, social class, social status, sex, and a host of all other variables. But the world is different for persons of different age and generation, even if they share in common sex, class, and nationality and occupation. Keeping that in mind, I want to read, keeping the quote I just read in mind, I want to talk about the opportunity we have before us as we gather here today. It's summed up by the JCI Edmonton's mission of contributing to the advancement of the global economy by providing the opportunity for young people to develop the leadership skills, social responsibility, entrepreneurship, and fellowship necessary to create positive change. That has brought all of us here today, and in general terms, it's what motivated me to seek a seat in the provincial legislature last fall. The JCI mission statement is more than just that. It's a doctrine or a mantra of our place in our time. What is our place in time? We are the millennials. The under 40s, which is overlapped by two generations, commonly referred to as Generation X, those born between 65 and 79, and Generation Y, born between 80 and 94. Me, I'm a tweener, born in November 1979. I share both the high performance and high maintenance traits of the Gen Ys and the cautious skepticism of Generation Xers. In the 1963 Review of Politics publication, it published its 25th anniversary edition. In it was an article by a gentleman named Marvin Rintala titled A Generation in Politics, a Definition. In the article he states, many of the groups to which we belong, of which we are conscious, and to which we feel a sense of allegiance, such as our nation and our class, may indeed survive for centuries or longer. There is, however, one group to which we belong that need not fear immortality, our generation. So as we gather here today, we share a common destiny, a likeness and a shared experience that cannot be understood at the same level as those that come before us or on those that will come after us. We are technological wizards and multitaskers who are adept at utilizing Blackberries, cell phones, the internet, seamlessly and often simultaneously. The world for us is just one click away. We value a balanced lifestyle. We want to work, but we don't want work to be our lives. We prefer our lifestyle to be less linear and sequential and composed of changing roles, phases, and careers, the order of which might vary from person to person. We've been taught to constantly explore our options. Our economic realities are more challenging than what our parents experienced. Costs for basics such as housing, insurance, and education have escalated, even as income growth for the middle class is slow. Young people today may earn more dollars than their parents, but our money buys less, and we generally feel poorer and have less economic security. According to Robert Thompson, a professor of media and popular culture at Syracuse University, we seem to be more focused on acquisition, suggesting that we are increasingly defining ourselves and our financial status by our stuff, rather than our savings. We're not only shaped by our common values and environment, we have and will continually and significantly be impacted by the large influence of the baby boomer generation. Further, the unique demographics and relationships between the boomer generation, Gen X, and Gen Y will have significant effects on our society for decades to come. Gen X rivals the baby boomer generation in size. Generation Y rivals the baby boomer generation in size. Gen X, while being half the size, is in many ways the bridge generation. They have internalized the work ethic and focus of their parents, the baby boomers, in large part because they began their economic and professional lives when jobs were harder to get and keep in the early 1990s. This was a time of economic recession and downsizing in the workplace, quite opposite of today's economic climate in which there are increasingly more jobs than people to fill them. Yet Gen X is closer in age to the Gen Ys and can more easily relate due to the overlap in culture, views, and values. I see many nodding their heads, and this for us, for better or for worse, is our reality, our time. Our place is Alberta, a bustling province in Canada that is a microcosm of a large global society. It seems more and more Alberta is taking a larger role in the affairs of Canada and the world.